I got this when you were talking about lifting heavy things. How is it that little boys, they always just want to lift heavy stuff and show like, yeah, I lifted that, I did that. And it's like such a big thing for a young boy to lift something strong. And that's kind of the philosophy of what we say is we were born these heroes, but then we've just forgotten, or it was conditioned out of us, or the world told us, somebody somewhere along the line told you that you're not that. What do you reckon being a hero of your own story looks like? I know we had a good laugh about this, the synchronicities. You're just chatting about it this morning.
Yeah, so people are interested to follow the work I do on Primal Man Project and catch this in the near 24 hours. You'll catch me having separately posted something about being the hero in your own story, which I'm really inspired by. I think every man is a hero, every woman is a hero, but I speak for men because that's who I work with. Every man is a hero of his own journey, and he's been through his own version of the dark night of the soul, or the pit inside of the hero's journey, the wheel, if you want to talk about Joseph Campbell's work. So the ability for a man to acknowledge and recognize that in his own story, he's actually writing his story. That's the first part for me. Sorry, my Siri's talking to me. There's a story that we're all writing of our own lives. Now, we get a choice for what that story is. It's either being written for us or we choose to write it for ourselves. So that's the first part of this hero analogy I think I really resonate with. And I teach men to write their own story. Like, they're here to design their own lives, and what does that look like? And then inside of that, when they're writing a story, the pain that they've been through is such a powerful catalyst for purpose, which is a big part of my work, is helping men to find the thing that they're most passionate about. So your mess becomes your message. The things that you're able to share about what you experienced becomes such a powerful tool to contribute to the world. And so inside of that, once people understand that journey, that they're here to write their own story, that the things that they've been through add value to other people's lives, and then they can rise out of the other side and take the gold, and actually offer that to others. That's the epitome of the work that we're doing. Mythopoetic men's work, the hero's journey. It's all the same, being the hero.
You've read a little bit of the hero's journey, Aridilicus. It's a fantastic story. One of my favorite quotes is the treasure you seek lays in the cave you most fear to enter. And I'm experiencing that right now. But yeah, you've read a bit of that, Aridilicus.
Yeah, I along the way, with that, keeping it really brief, like I had been through a lot and searched a lot and looking for a lot. And then I came across that book. It was somewhere, I don't even know how, or somewhere it was, it came into my awareness. I went out and bought it and I started reading it, and I went, oh my God, I'm reading my life. I'm reading my life here, how things happen. And then it really quickly after that came to me was, everybody's on this same journey. Everybody hears that call. Everybody either rejects it or accepts that call. And it was like, there's just this whole playing out and a pattern in the way we live our lives out. The struggles we have is because we're resisting the call, and the problems we face and where we end up is because we're not being the hero that we're called to be, and there's just so much in there. So yeah, it's an amazing book. I just love that book. One of my favorite, Alex mentioned that one, but one of my favorites is, you have to let go of the life you've planned to have the life that's waiting for you. I love that one. That's just says it all for me.
Says it all?
Says it all. Got to let go of what you've planned, because what you planned is all the things that you thought you had. And another favorite one is if you know where you're going, you're probably on someone else's path. So the hero doesn't often know where he's going. And Jason, you were saying that letting go is a scary thing. Facing those things that are there, and your mess, the message that's in the mess, letting go of that it takes courage. It takes real fortitude to be able to face that and say, I can see this, I know this. And then even more scary is to take 100% responsibility of your decisions. You've created this mess, and it's up to me. No one else can write that story in my life. Only I can do that. So what you're doing, man, is such an important part of society today, right now.
Thank
You're
you.
a hero. You're a living hero there.
Thank you. Thank you. I inspired myself with my own coffee mug today to remember that I am my own hero in my own story, but also to inspire others to feel like the hero in their story, and that each of us gets to write that for us. And I really resonate with what you're saying around how difficult it is to let go. I was a classic example. I was living the program. I knew what I was doing because I was living someone else's plan. And it actually took me being knocked off that plan in a really spectacular way to actually find the place that I was really supposed to be.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be working in mining companies, helping them make more money. I wasn't supposed to be, doing work that was destroying the planet. I was supposed to be helping people come back to themselves. And had I not experienced the pit, the bowels of the belly of the beast, there's no way I would have had the tools. There was no way I would have had the lessons. And there was a long time when I had a lot of bitterness and a lot of anger and resentment against, my son's mum for her challenges and what she did and all those things. I couldn't be more grateful for it now. I've got so much gratitude for all the things that I experienced, because but for that, I wouldn't be here now helping people.
Yeah.
Because you said created a mess. I love the power of language, and if we could shift that word created a mess to being given a mess, it's a conversation of once you've cleaned that mess up, you are going to be you'll be the hero that you've been destined to be, that you always were.
Yeah, that's right.
It becomes the gift. It is the gift, and sometimes we can't see it that way.